Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. So just when I thought I was making a dent into my hoard, remember I had like 8 tractors back there without engines. Now I only have these 2 that still need work. You know, this one has an engine, that one doesn't. I was just starting to think, oh man, I get to sit down and watch a movie for a change, you know? Nope. Anyway, so I haven't worked on this yet because I was waiting for the magneto. I got the starter, I got the magneto, but then one of my subscribers, Mike's Lawn Service in Babylon, gave me a text message and he says, hey, I got a couple of junk mowers I want to give you. You think I could trade them? You can give me a good deal on a lawnmower? I says, dude, I owe you, sure. So he came over with his pop, you know, and he brought me these 2 lawnmowers. And he gave me one of my good ones, the black Craftsman push mower with the quantum engine on it. Vroom! It's a great mower. While I have it listed for $150, like I said, I got to give back, you know, and pay it forward. And so I just gave it to him for $50, you know, and the trade-in, whatever. It's cool because he was the one who tipped me off on that MTD one with the good engine on it. I think a good engine. So, you know, I owe him, so, you know, I gave him a good deal on that mower. Now I can do what he does with that mower. It's a good mower, okay? Out of the 5 or 6 I have back there, that was the best mower. Anyway, so I could start putting this together today, or I could get these 2 things out of the way. And that's really it. I just want to get them out of the way so I don't have to think about it, you know, later, you know? So as you can see, this is another quantum engine, which is cool. You know, it's not the pulse carburetor like I have in the back. It's a push mower. Comes with a bagger, but it's got issues with the bagger. I know nothing about it. He knows nothing about it. So I'm just going to see if I can get this started up real quick. And then he also gave me this deck, and this is a good one. This is a good deck. I've had a few of these Craftsmans, you know, and they're good mowers. I really like them. It is self-propelled and needs new wheels, needs an engine. Oh, I forgot to tell you, it needs handles too. And it came with this engine. This is an older quantum engine, but they work, you know. Oh. Saved me $10. Drive cover. Alright, turns. Alright. I wonder why the engine is off though. You know what I mean? I wonder why it's off the mower. That's suspicious. It's suspicious, I tell you. So, yeah, I'm going to work on these 2 things. I probably won't be able to get to this for at least a day or 2, which is okay. I need to relax a little bit. My son just went off to college, University of Washington at Seattle, so it's a whole new life for him. I'm going to miss him, but I think he'll be back for Thanksgiving, so a couple of months away, he'll be back home again. But I am looking forward to working on this, but I just want to get the other stuff out of the way so I don't have it on the back of my head that if I get this done, I still have crap I got to do, you know, in the back. So I just want to get these push mowers done-ski and see what happens. So this is an old battery that I had sitting around my house for my garage for 15 years. And when I put a multimeter on it immediately, it said, showed 12 volts. So this has been charging for 1 full day. It has been off charge for about 6 hours, okay? I'm going to see how many volts this thing holds. And if it's a good, if it holds a charge of 12.5 or more, then I know it actually is okay to use. And then I'll put this in my van to power the winch and use the brand new EverStart battery for the lawn tractors, for one of these 2 lawn tractors that I'm going to need to start up that Pete Lombardi one. So let's see. Look at that, huh? 13.21 volts. It appears that this battery is a good battery. It has a sticker on it that says August of 2014. But, you know, when you do a trickle charge and stuff, you never know. It brings it back to life somehow, you know? Well, it is decreasing because since I've been talking just now, I went from 13.2 to 13.15. So it's losing some, you know? But I think it'd be okay to use as just to power my winch, you know? I'll check this in a couple hours and see if it's still above 13. If it is, it's a good battery. So I'm going to work on the more complete one first, obviously, right? I'm going to put this engine, just to get it out of the way, onto the black thing so I can at least wheel it around. Nice day in New York today. It's been about 9 days since we got any rain. We're expecting rain in a couple of days, but it's been like a stretch of 10 days. Just gorgeous weather. Gorgeous. It'd be nice if I got this black one going. I really like that one. I need handles though. But yeah, I'm going to see what's up with this. Just preliminarily looking at it, all I can see is that it may need a new left front wheel, right? Bone dry. I mean, nothing, you know? Just dry, like it's been sitting out for a year in the sun. Earl is not even at the, actually, it's a smidgen below the full line, and it looks okay. So we have no gas, so I know it doesn't start. You know what? Let's put some gas in and see, right? We got to figure out if it starts or not. Put just a little bit of gas. I don't know. I don't really like messing with push mowers anymore. Not that I have a choice sometimes. If it's free, I'm going to mess with it, you know? But, I'm more into lawn tractors. Except lawn tractors take a while, you know? I could work on a lawn tractor for like 2 weeks before I can get it going. Always waiting for parts is a pain in the ass. So, look, I got gas in there, right? And this is a primer. So let me prime it. Ooh, it's coming out pretty good. Got to get it off that lip. Some of you guys have asked me about this crazy lip. Yes, it is about 3 inches higher than my garage level. The reason why I have it is because when I had my driveway repaved, right, I told the guy, Walter, from Sir Brothers, who did my walkway, stoop, and driveway, that during downpours, some water actually comes in from the gutter on top, because it's such a small area where the gutter is, and it gets overflowed sometimes. And some water actually seeps into my garage, which I obviously did not want. So he made sure that he made an extra few layers of asphalt, no extra charge, to get the pitch right, to have all the water drained to the street. And this way, I never get water in my garage. However, if it's so bad and it goes over the levee, I'll have a pool of water in here and I'll never get out. That's a bad thing, but I've had a couple of downpours so far, and so far so good. So look, I got gas in here. I primed it. I'm just going to give it a pull. I don't know where he got... Oh, I see. The brake cable is here. I think I just sort of fixed it. Alright, so now I've got it engaged. Here we go. I'm going to give it a try. Aha. Guess what? I don't think there's a blade. It, you know, when you pull it, just sounded funny. Felt funny. Just as I expected. There is no blade. Alright, well, you definitely need a blade, man. Otherwise, I don't think it's going to start that way. It needs, like, slack. Not slack, it needs resistance, you know, so it needs some kind of weight on that adapter. Let's see what I can do in finding a blade. I need to find a 21-inch one that's not bent. So I'm going to my backyard through my garage door. My horde is slowly dissipating under this tent of push mowers. I just sold one of my, two of my, oh look, hi Bober, hi. So I've decided that I'm not going to sell the John Deere because, well, I don't have another machine with a bagger. Unless you count the Toro Pro Line walk behind, that as a bagger, but it's such a small bag that I'll have to unload it every couple of passes. That's a pain in the ass. So I got my vac chipper too, that I can suck up leaves and stuff. But some guy came to look at it today. I told him I wanted $8.75 or nothing, and he wasn't willing to pay that kind of money. I wasn't willing to sell it for less than that, so it's still here. Alright, so I need a blade for that push mower. I need it 21 inches. These two blades are from a MTD lawn tractor. It's extra wide, but it's 21 inches. Let's see what else I can find. I found these two other blades that appear to also be 21 inches, and they're a little thinner, but I think I also got them off of a lawn tractor. But I want to make sure I didn't check the bolt pattern for the crankshaft on the push mower. Is it the three, you know, the three things for the blade adapter, or is it just a star? If it was just a star, it'd be easier. I'll bring one of each. See what else I got. I got this other blade. This is from a push mower for sure, and I know it looks like it's bent, but it's not. It's just the way it's designed for mulching. It's got like these things that pop up where it further minces the grass, I think. Yeah. It has these extra blades on it, you know, this extra loop here. It cuts it even more. It's symmetrical. They have it on both sides. It seems okay. This is also 21 inches. And this one has the star and the two holes. See? So that'll probably be better. So I've got this other one here that only has one hole. But this one seems like it might be 22 inches. See? It's off by, yeah, about 21 and a half, 22 inches. Yeah, I'm going to bring a bunch there and see what fits. So I've got it on a block of wood over here. I'm just bending down to look. Aha! So the blade adapter is one of those rectangle ones, okay? And it's got one hole for the screw, the bolt that goes in, and it's got two little tabs. So I need the one. It could either be this one, where it has the hole in the middle. I could just put a washer on the nut. But I think ideally it'll work for this. So this turns counterclockwise in my experience. So blade would have to be on this way. Let's see if it fits. The holes don't fit because, shoot, this one's too far apart. This one's even more far apart. So that's not going to work. No, not at all. It's not going to work. I might have to get another blade adapter. No, that's not going to work. Why is it so difficult? So I went back there and dug some more. Found one that has exactly the right holes. It was a little bent at the ends, but I just bent it back with a sledgehammer. And it looks straight now. See? Sharp blades too. Yep, fits like a glove. Just need to find a crankshaft bolt now. First bolt I grabbed. Fits. It fits. I'm going to use my new DeWalt 12-volt brushless 3/8 impact driver for the very first time. It only has 1 bar of electricity. It's about to die. I haven't charged it yet. I'm charging the spare one. But Let's see if it gets this on all right. Facing this way. Or maybe this is not the right bolt. Maybe it's not. I think I might have stripped it. I should have done it. That's weird. I think I got it now. I think I got the right bolt. Just gonna tighten it. Nice and tight. Got a washer under there. Okay. So far so good. Looks great. Nice and light, small, compact. So we got a blade under there now. I'm going to just pull it and see what happens. Let's prime it again. Make sure it's priming. Let's see if it's wet. It is, it's wet. Feels better now. Before it felt funny without a blade. About that, huh? Started right up, no problem. Let's make sure the blade is still on there nice and tight. And it is. Just check again, make sure. Yep, it did not move. Alright. Got the blade on there, started up. I didn't need to clean the carb. However, what else did you guys notice? That's right. The RPMs are too fast, and it's missing the air cleaner cover, which I do not have. Now I have one that's on there. We have the air cleaner cover on here, right? But this is a much better mower, you know, and if I'm gonna have a cover for it, I'd rather have it on that one, because that is definitely a much better mower. I do need to work out handles, and as you saw when I dragged it around, those height adjusters in the front seem kind of loose and hinky. Might have to change the wheels on the fronts anyway, you know. Self-propulsion may or may not work, not sure, but I do need to find some handles and kind of figure out the front wheels too. That's what I noticed immediately. Also, I think the brake cable's busted, so I'm going to need a brake cable for that. So that's going to need a little bit more attention than obviously this one, since we saw that this one just started up after a couple of pulls. God knows when the last time this thing was running, you know what I mean? But let me go check out and see if there's a spring that we can loosen. As you saw, that top cover was very loose when it was running, so somebody was in there for sure. And I'm sure they bent. It's not even on. Whoop! I see. Okay, so look. Well, the spring wasn't even attached. And the spring feels like it's kind of long. Kind of forget how that goes. So giving you guys a better view of the situation over here. This spring here was completely off, right? But I think I know why it was so fast. It's very gummy. Like, it doesn't freely move without some effort into pushing and pulling the butterfly. It's kind of loosening up as I'm moving it around, but it feels very gummy. And so basically it was stuck in the very high RPM area, you know, with the spring unhooked. So I'm just going to put this spring back on again, and it seems like there's a lot of slack, you know what I mean? It's a little better now, but I almost feel like I have to tighten it up a little bit, otherwise it's not going to start, because it's too low. So I'm just going to pull it a little bit. I'm going to turn it like that. So it pulls on it a little bit. That might be too much, actually. I could blow some carb cleaner in there and loosen it up, because it's so gummy. I'm going to try it right now. Let's see. And you saw it was too fast. So fast that it died. I'm going to loosen it a little bit more. This has got to be... So it's hinky and gummy. So I'm just going to take it off real quick, take off the carburetor and clean it a little bit. I'm kind of curious as to what's in it anyway. So I've got my 5/16 socket on here. Oh, cool, I can see the lights. Oh, this is all jacked up, man. You know why? Because he only has one 5/16 bolt on here. That's it. That's what's holding it. Nothing else. That could be a problem. Also, there's no gasket. There's no gasket on here either. That's why it runs funky, you know? So somebody's been in here for sure, screwing with it. And, well, I'm gonna correct that. I'm gonna take the fuel line off. Honestly, I'm surprised it even ran. With no gasket. Because these, if you guys know, these carburetors are very finicky. It has to have the right gasket and just the right amount of torque to get on there for it to even run. So for it to not run like that, I mean to run, I mean granted it wasn't running all that great, but I'm surprised it ran at all, you know. So you can't put this gasket on wrong. It has 3 pins here, and there's only 3 small holes. It could only go here. Can only go this way. I was fortunate to find in my box of excess gaskets a brand new one just for one of these. Just for one of these quantum engines. So you see what I'm saying? It could only fit this way. So you don't have to worry. So this gasket is going to help for sure. I'm blocking the holes. That should be right. And I would have to find a couple of 5/16 bolts. But let's take this carburetor apart as long as we have the cover off, so we can just check out the situation. That accent is Spanish, by the way. French. Okay, so this is not very long, following what I'm saying? This thing, stubby. Find an extension to get in there, otherwise it's difficult to get to. So that's the disadvantage of having sockets as opposed to nut drivers. I meant like driver bits, you know. While the 1/4-inch ones take these driver bits in there, you'd have to get an adapter to put on sockets. Whereas this one, you would need an adapter to put on bits, you know what I mean? Or an extension rod that'll extend where you need it to go, which still works. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm probably just going to use the Black & Decker for 5/16 and 3/8, 5/16 and lower. And for this one, I'll use the sockets for 3/8 and higher, you know? So this is a 3/8 right here, enough to get this 3/8 bolt off. This is what holds the carburetor to the manifold. Very easy to remove. This is one of the easiest carburetors to work on. Oh, I really should disconnect the fuel line too. That's what I blocked it off for. Yeah. Fuel looks good, but we're going to ungum it. It's a Z-bend. And there it is. There's the carburetor. It's very easy. I'm going to put on a 1/2-inch socket to get the driver nut. I will tell you this. It's kind of hard to get the socket on here. That's what I've noticed. It's kind of hard to get it off and on. Is that not 1/2-inch? Oh, that's a 9/16, duh. See? It's hard to get off. That's one thing that's bad about this. It's hard to get off. Hard to put on. Maybe it needs some Earl. Jet nut is clear. Let's see what's in the bowl. It's clean. Bowl gasket just fell out. It's pretty clean. That's why it runs. But I did say that the butterfly was a little stiff. Seems to be alright now. Maybe it was this. Or maybe it wasn't running right because the lack of a gasket. Huh? O-ring is on here. Everything looks like it's in order. It wasn't leaking. Except it feels like it is now. I shouldn't be able to do that. You guys aren't going to believe this. There's no seat in here at all. How was it not leaking fuel all over the place? There's no seat at all. I was like blowing through here. I'm like, why can I blow there? Because there's no seat. This thing has been jacked. Somebody's been jacking this. I hate it when people jack it. Anyway, as long as I'm here. There's no seat, so I'm going to freely blow in here. See? No seat. Ooh! Almost got me right in the eye. Seems to be pretty clean. Getting the joints of the butterfly to ensure that it's not sticky. That's all it takes. I'm using contact cleaner from my friends over at Lucas Oil Products because I don't worry about the gaskets blowing up like Carb cleaner does to it. So this is clean. I'm going to have to find a seat somewhere. And I know I was looking for my kit of seats and I couldn't find them. So I'm gonna have to go look well. So while I did find, finally, a brand new carburetor for this, I decided I wasn't going to use the brand new carburetor unless I absolutely had to, because I knew somewhere in my bag I had several kits, rebuild Tecumseh carburetor kits, where the seats also fit the Briggs & Stratton. So I'm going to just steal one of these seats because I need one. Watch me lose the rest of this. So I bought these a while back. I bought like 10 of them. It was cheap. $5 for 10 of these. I had to wait a month from China, but I have them in stock, which is what you need. I don't mind paying as long as I'm waiting. So here's a seat. Comes with gaskets and needles. So they also fit the Briggs & Strattons as well. So there's a seat there. The groove part goes down. Flush part goes on top. So to push it in, I've got this drill bit. That's perfect for this. Just push it in. Put the floating needle back in here. Pin. And now you can't blow, see? Unless it's hanging. How did this thing run without a seat? It's amazing that it ran, you know? So this is missing a seat completely. It's missing the carburetor gasket. So this was missing parts and it still ran all right. Crazy, right? Why does that seem like it's not blowing? I have to check that out. Got these torch tip cleaners, and there's something blocking it. Now it's good. Okay. The gasket. Shouldn't use this, but I'm going to just go slow. That should do it. Yep. Perfect. So now we're going to just put this back on again. I'm going to let the video roll real time. That's it. This is kind of a pain in the butt, because this doesn't go in right. See how difficult that is? 3/8 bolts holding the carburetor. I have to find some 5/16ths so I can put the base back on. Strong. You could feel it. Almost too strong. Fuel line back on. letting it and releasing it so that you can see if it leaks or not. The hose clamp back on. I have to find two more 5/16 things just like this. So I wasn't able to find exactly the right one, but if you take a close look at the threads, you'll see that they're almost identical. The one in the middle is the original. It ought to work. I say again, it ought to work. So here we have the cover with the new gasket. Make sure you hook it onto that breather hose, and it sits just like that. There's one that goes in hither. I just hold it. Another one that goes here. And as you're moving it around, you want to make sure that the gasket didn't come off. It's pretty tight. I'm seeing if it's priming, and I don't see it priming. I mean, everything looks pretty good. It's got a gasket where it didn't have one before. But I don't see priming. The good thing is I don't feel any leaks either. Oh, well, there's no gas. That ought to help. Since we had no gas, I can't say whether or not it leaks or not, huh? Man, how much gas does this thing take? Quite a bit. Let's see if it primes. Let's see it priming. Okay, I finally got it to prime. I was going like that, and finally something loosened up, and it's now wet in there. I went like this, like that, and now it's coming out. So let's see if it starts. Runs good, huh? Sounds great now. Before it was sluggish and those RPMs were high. Now it's just right. Let's try it again. Awesome. I gotta find a couple of bolts, screws. But the top cover seems to be vibrating because it's not on there, you know. So a couple of wood screws will work. I have to work on that front right tire too, and get a cover for that air filter, and an air filter. Found a couple of wood screws to just screw in there. Let's see if this fits. So that was pretty cool, huh? How we got this going. It's amazing what the gasket has done, you know, for it to run so nice now. Before it was like sluggish and stuff. So look, I don't have a cover for this. I kind of feel funny about it, you know. Do you need to? Do I need to change this wheel? It's actually alright. I mean, it's used. You know what I mean? And it seems to be alright, I guess. Forget about changing the wheel. I'm not going to change it. But I do want to get this cover, you know? Otherwise I can't list it yet. I don't want to wait. So I'm just going to steal it off of that one. That's what I'm going to do. We don't know if this one works. But all I know is I got a cover. I'm going to steal the cover. That's right. Just going to steal this cover. I know it works. Look, that one doesn't have an air filter either. Can you believe that? Anyway, so steal that one. I want to thank my friends over at ProPartsDirect.net for sending me a supply of air filters for this exact model. Goes in just like that. Push it right in. Push it real good. Push it real good. Push it. Get up on this. Alright, that's enough of that. The Lawn Care Professional's Choice for Parts. Thanks a lot for the air filters. This hat has been very useful in product placement and name recognition. Small issue here is that somebody used some speed tape. Speed tape is aluminum foil tape to put that there. Now it's a small hole and it's being blocked. The hole is being blocked mostly by the frame rod in there. So to put it here draws attention to the hole, right? I'm just going to sell it as is. I'm going to say, hey, yeah, it's used. You know what I'm saying? It's a little hole, but nothing's going to come out of it. Don't worry. And that's it. That's the end of that. See? So you don't draw attention to it when you're showing it to somebody. So now we got the cover. I'm not changing the wheel because, I don't know, now it seems like the wheel's alright. There's really nothing wrong with it, except I felt that it was worn a little, that's all. But it's not front self-propelled or anything. People understand this is a used mower, right? So I'm just going to sell it as is. Never mind what I said. I was looking at the wheel going, hey, well, that wheel doesn't look bad. I was looking at the wrong wheel. This wheel's trashed. So I'm going to take this wheel off and go to my back area for parts and see if we can find a wheel that'll fit this. I'll tell you, the only thing I don't like about this is it's hard to get the socket on there. That's about the only bad thing I could say about it. I'm going to take this, go to my backyard and find some wheels. Guess I might as well show you. I have a stash in between the bushes where I have front ends. In between the bushes and my 8x10 shed. Look at this madhouse back here. It's a madhouse, but I sold one of my cargo carriers because the guy insisted, I need it, I need it, I need it. I'm like, alright, if you're ready to pay $65 for it, I'll be happy to sell it to you. And then I'll have to chuck all my wheels back here. But you know what? The guy wanted it. He insisted on paying me. He's like, yeah, 65, I don't care, I just need it, I need it. I'm like, okay, pay up, cha-ching! Hey, the guy wanted it. What do you want me to do? Say no and deprive him of a cargo carrier? Best part is he's moving out of the state, which means even if he doesn't like it, he can't return it because he's out of the state. Hey, $65 is $65. Buy a lot for $65. You know, all these wheels are just too big. I don't know if I have ones this small, you know. So I got a couple of wheels here that I think will fit. This is off a Ryobi power washer. They're plastic, but they're small and they don't fit. The diameter is too, the wheels don't fit, so I hope these work. I don't know what this is off of. I think an MTD or something like that. These are rubber. Ooh. They fit. Kind of, it doesn't like really roll though. Maybe I did this too tight. I don't think that'll work, fellas, because it has to be tight. And this is too wide for that area. I'm gonna have to work out something else. So, you know what? Whatever it takes to get her done, right? Just gotta do what you gotta do. Drill out the hole a little bit. It's just plastic. Now it fits on there. Put a couple of washers in the back to fill up the room. Right? Little WD-40 in between there. Got a washer over there to take up some space. Put the nut on. Now, of course, you do this one, you got to do that one. I'll do that one. Even though this one's good, you still got to match. At least try your best to match it up, you know? This one is tight. WD-40. Oh, gotta put the washer in there, take up some space. 2 washers. Actually, that's like too much space. These nuts have like a built-in washer there, see? there we go. Got 2 new wheels. Bet. And so the final issue here is this part right here for the brake cable. If you pull on it, it has a tendency to want to come out of the hole like that. See? Because it's come out of the hole before. And once it's come out, it's like an IKEA furniture, you know? When you buy IKEA furniture and you put it together, the screws go in. But once you take that screw back out again, it doesn't fit that well anymore. So it's like that. So I'm just going to put a zip tie here to help it along. Like that, see? And then to help it some more, you shoot some WD-40 in here so it's a little bit more smooth. WD-40 is safe for everything. It smells good too. You ready? You could even drink WD-40. So let that simmer for a little bit. Oh, see? It's already much better. It's good. Good to go. And that's it. So we changed the blades, or added one, changed the front wheels, fixed the brake brake cable thing, cleaned the carburetor, added a gasket from the air filter cover to the outer part of the carburetor, and added a seat for the carburetor. Runs great. I'm going to list it for $100 bucks. Maybe get 80 out of it, or 75. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Hey guys, support my channel, buy a sticker. Also follow me on Instagram at Mowers Blowers. Check out my website, mowersblowers.com. See you guys on my next project. Have a great day.
Holy cow.